Hello everyone, today I want to share with you the process I go through when I am trying to create a mani using the polishes that I pick in Mystery Manis. Now I just recently picked these polishes for this Sunday's Mystery Mani. You might already see it because I probably will have that up before I have this one up. But, so I'm just going to use these two polishes. Obviously the first thing I do is to choose my colors. Now I have a big bucket of all of my swatch sticks of every polish that I own. I have them all in there. Then I just randomly choose 2 polishes, sometimes 3 depending on if I get like a topper. So the first thing I do is actually look at the polishes that I chose here. Now first up we have this Comfy in Cashmere, very beautiful kind of creamy beige color, and then there is a very subtle blue flash in there. Is that not gorgeous? So pretty. This does dry to that cashmere matte formula, which I really like. I think it looks beautiful. And then this Laura Geller Steel Plum. This is a deep kind of grayed out blue. Very nice. Now instantly when I look at these 2 polishes, first thing I want to do is take into consideration their names. So with Comfy in Cashmere, I'm just going to take my little notepad here and just brainstorm. So with Comfy in Cashmere, I kind of think of like maybe sweaters, maybe mittens, and possibly like cocoa, warm and fuzzy things. Warm fuzzy, okay? So then for Steel Plum, I don't really think I'm getting any inspiration from the name Steel Plum. At this moment, I'm not getting anything. So then I'm going to move on to the color for this polish. So for Steel Plum, this deep grayed out blue, I think of like cloudy days. Cloudy, maybe a really pretty sunset, night. Yeah, I just look at the 2 polishes and just kind of brainstorm. And I do that for about 5 or 10 minutes and just see what I can come up. Sometimes it comes really fast just with the names alone. But then sometimes, like with this Laura Geller Steel Plum, I do have to move on to the color and kind of focus on items or things that maybe have something to do with that color, patterns, different things like that. Okay, so again, in this brainstorming stage, I want to go ahead and look at my nail art supplies that I have that may go good with these 2 colors. So I do have a little box here that has all of my water decals in here, and they're kind of in order. I have a bunch of the 3D ones that are beautiful. I absolutely love them. And then just a bunch of different ones. So I just kind of go through these as I have my polishes out here and try to find ones that I think will go well with these 2 colors. So now here are a few of water decals that I thought might look good with these 2 colors. So I have these really pretty 3D water decals. I love 3D water decals. Any chance I get to wear them, I'm going to wear them. I think they are awesome. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and pick those ones. So we have those very pretty ones. These are actually 3D water decals too. I really like these ones. I thought with that blue in there, these could look really pretty, or even just doing kind of like a gradient with these 2 colors and doing them with the pop of that pink. I thought that might be kind of interesting just because I see the way that these look against, or this pink looks against a blue. I'm not really sure, but that's an option. And then I just went with the very easy, no fuss kind of cheetah print. I think this is very easy to use. You can kind of make all different kinds of manis using them. I do love full sheet water decals like this, because then I can just cut out the shape that I want to have this pattern on it. I think they are very cool, very versatile. I love them. And then I thought, since we are in winter, maybe using some type of snowflake. All right, the next thing I do is, still keeping my polishes right close by, I go through my stamping plates. Now, I have quite a few stamping plates. I have this size, and then I have the smaller ones here, and then I also do have bigger ones. So I just kind of go through them and see if I can find any stamping plates that may jump out at me that I think might look cool using the two colors that I chose. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip through, and meanwhile thinking of the same things that I first thought of from the names and the colors. So maybe like a sweater type material, or something that might look cool on a gradient with these two colors. So that's what I'm looking at. So that could be like patterns maybe, or maybe like specific designs that might be cool, like reverse stamped, or either put on a nice gradient with the two colors. So I'm just going to look through here and see if there is anything that kind of jumps out at me. So now, after I have went through all of my stamping plates, I chose out a few here that I thought might look kind of cool. So again, with my colors here, I thought here is a design that has some mittens and a hat. I thought that I could try something using those. That might be kind of cool. Or I have this one here, really pretty plaid patterns. Thought that might be kind of cool. I've never seen a plaid shirt that has like these two colors, but I think it might be kind of interesting. So that is an option. And then this one here I pulled because of like the sweater kind of designs here. I thought those might be kind of neat. And then this one here, I love this. This is beautiful. I really, really love this pattern right here. I think this is really cool. So this, I think, might be kind of cool if I put comfy and cashmere down and then stamped over with the steel plum with this design. I think that could be really cool. So the next thing I do is to get out my little mat here. This is just a printable thing off of Google. Just Googled fingernail mat, and this came up, and I just put a sleeve for like a page protector over it, and this is where I practice before I actually put my designs on my nail. You can see here I did a few little sample practices from a past Mystery Manny. So what I do is, first of all, I need to put down at least 3 colors or 3 nails of each color. So now, while those are drying, I just go on my phone here and check out some Pinterest and see if I can find any cool nail art designs that I would want to try. And I also like to look on Instagram, see if there's any really cool designs that kind of jump out at me. And if I can't see anything there, then I go look at YouTube and then watch a couple of the nail art videos. I just watch so many different nail videos that it would be hard for me to list all of them down below, so I'll just list a few of my favorites. Okay, so now applying the second coat. I don't see that blue flash once it's dry. You can see it in here when it is wet. As long as the polish is wet, you can see, or I can see it in there. I'm not sure if you guys can. But I can see that blue flash in there while it's wet. But once it's dry, it kind of disappears. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. Okay, now while those are drying this time, I'm going to go ahead and move on to these last 4 nails here. So what I do with these last 4 is I try different techniques. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to do a sponge. Now because this is a white sheet of paper here, I don't feel the need to put a white base down. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp or sponge right over that. Let me zoom you guys in here a little bit so you can see these a little bit closer. Now the next thing I'm going to try is if I do kind of smush technique. So first of all, I'm just going to place random dots. Boom, 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 boom. And then smoosh away. Okay, that looks kind of cool. Not bad, not bad. And then I also like to look on the actual stamper head, because sometimes it looks cooler on the stamper head. Look at that. Ooh, do you guys see those cells starting to form? That's crazy cool. Oh, ho, ho. It's not on that, but it is on the stamper here. Wow, okay. So then what I could do is put a clear coat over this just to save that, preserve it, and see how that would look as an option. So I'm just going to set that aside and let that dry. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and try another smush. This time I'm going to add a little bit of white to break it up a little bit. And then go ahead and do some smooshing. Again, like I said, I'm going to flip it over, see how I like how that looks, see how it looks on my paper, and then how it looks on there. Do you guys see that? Again, creating the little cells. Wow, that's interesting. I wonder if that's because of the cashmere finish kind of matte. I don't know, but that's kind of cool. For my final nail here, I want to try to do a pin drag. I don't use a pen, I just use a very small dotting tool here. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a try. Okay, and I am going to go ahead and do another one of those drag techniques just with a white base here. I'm going to go ahead with my blue, which I think looks absolutely stunning. And we'll just put little drops of the blue. And then starting at the top here. Okay, that looks kind of cool, right? I find with drag designs like this, fewer drags you do, the better it looks, because once you start dragging it, it kind of tends to get muddy. I like when I have 2 colors like this, adding a white, it just kind of breaks it up and makes it look really pretty and soft. So that's kind of cool. Okay, so now going back to the regular polishes here, I really want to see how this design is going to look on this cashmere using the steel plum as my stamping polish. So let's see. This polish is just so opaque that I have a feeling it is going to pick up beautifully. And it does, it looks really cool. Okay, just want to, oh, I just smeared that. Just kind of put that on there. Yeah, that wasn't the best. Okay, let's clean this up and try again. See, that's why I like doing it on my mat a little bit better than doing it on my actual nails, because this would be a lot of removing, stamping, removing. And you see how those would stamp together like that? Okay. Okay, I'm going to give this one more try. Again with steel plum, scraping it, and then picking it up. See, that is so weird. I wonder if that's just this Laura Geller polish, but it does not pick up very well. Do you see how the hat here is like creating those cells that I thought were kind of cool in this stamp here? I don't know. I think it's that Laura Geller polish. I'm not sure why it did this, but I don't know. So I would say that this Laura Geller Steel Plum is not the best for stamping, so I would not use that as a stamping polish. I thought it might have been pretty cool, being that it was pretty opaque. Weird, weird, weird. So I will not be using Steel Plum as a stamping polish. I'm going to just use a white here, and then Comfy and Cashmere. Do a little plaid designing and see how that is going to look. I kind of want to use the plaid because I think it might be cool, but we're just going to have to see how it works with using this Comfy and Cashmere. One of the things that you'll see too when I'm doing this stuff is my stamps don't have to pick up perfectly or completely. I just want to kind of get it down there to see what it's going to look like. And then going in with kind of smaller lines here, I'm going to go in with a white. So using this smaller lines, smaller pattern, going in and picking up those, and then just placing them on there. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to get it down. I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see that. That is actually very cool. That looks like a comfy, cozy sweater. I really like that. Okay, so I think that I have settled on something after looking through my water decals, gems, and stuff like that, and also my stamping plates. I think my favorite design is going to be this plaid one. I love this. I think that looks so good. So I'm going to go ahead and use this pattern with those colors. I think the three of these are just beautiful together. Let me zoom you out. I think the three of these make a beautiful flannel plaid design. Plaid design, that's what it's called. It's not flannel, it's a plaid design on flannel material. Anyways, so I think these look really cool. I really like this design, so I'm going to incorporate this design somehow in a mani using my two Mystery Mani polishes. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed me showing you the process that I go through when I pick Mystery Mani polishes and how I create a mani using those polishes. I just think that there is inspiration everywhere. I find inspiration in clothing, wall decor, items in your house. I mean, I just find inspiration everywhere. I love looking at Pinterest and seeing what's on there. Also Instagram, and like I mentioned, YouTube. Those are great places to find inspiration. I think that inspiration can be anywhere you look. It is absolutely endless. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave any comments or suggestions below, and I will see you in the next one.